The grid dies. Have you ever watched the city hum along and think, I'm ready for anything? Cute. Let me paint the scene for you. Day 0. The grid dies. Not a flicker. Not a polite warning. Just silence. Elevators freeze mid-floor. Faucets groan and go dry. Streetlights wink out. You glance at your strategic stash, your neat rows of gear and gadgets, and realize something crucial. All that shiny prepper perfection assumes someone else keeps the world running. Guess what? No one's left. Survival isn't camping. People imagine survival like camping in a weekend trailer. You buy a tent, a stove, some freeze-dried pasta, and assume immortality. You're wrong. Stop hoping. Heat leaves, water vanishes, and your well-intentioned gadgets are just props in a science lesson you failed to read. Conduction, convection, radiation, they don't negotiate. Heat doesn't care about your $300 sleeping bag. Air only insulates if it's trapped. Water conducts heat 25 times faster than air. These aren't opinions. They are the laws you'll ignore at your own risk. Day 3. Reality check-by. Day 3, you'll notice patterns. Comfort dies first. Gear fails second. The multi-tool snaps at a hinge you never considered. The tactical flashlight whispers its last voltage. Even your favorite chair, that piece of ergonomic promise, becomes a useless lump. Physics is impartial. It doesn't care if you invested heavily or cried over assembly instructions. Survival. Adaptation. Let's get something straight. Survival is not about fear. It's about adaptation. And adaptation, in a world without power, is physics applied ruthlessly. Imagine a city as a machine. Every object is a system waiting to be understood, not admired. Trash isn't waste. It's raw potential energy. Cardboard, insulation foam, empty soda cans, office chairs, car seats. All vectors for leverage, containment, and heat retention. Pause and look around. Everything here is fuel. Not for fire, for function. How to outlast everyone method. 1. Turn trash into insulation. You think foam padding is for aesthetics. Think again. Layer cardboard, shredded paper, and foam scraps around yourself. Trapped air slows heat escape. Conduction slows. Convection stalls. Radiation minimal. Your body is no longer just a warm mass in a cold room. You are a thermal system, optimized with materials the city forgot to sort. Method 2. Recycle energy. Kinetic energy is everywhere. Office chairs on wheels, rolling bins, even suspended bags of canned goods. Momentum isn't just physics homework. Shift weight, rotate mass, conserve effort. Physics doesn't care if your workout looks ridiculous. Calories are currency. You want the highest interest rate. Method 3. Cycle body heat. Most people huddle in place, wasting thermal gradients. Layering is straightforward, but layering strategically is crucial. Insulate extremities with dense material. Keep your core compact. Rotate positions to prevent heat bleed. Conduction steals calories faster than hunger. Air gaps. Your friends. Moisture. Enemy number 1. Think like a thermal engineer. Your apartment is now a lab. Method 4. Water as a thermal highway. Water draws heat, spreads it, and bleeds energy. Your containers, bottles, and even decorative vases. Think thermal reservoirs. Rotate cold masses to moderate temperature swings. Heat moves unpredictably, but it obeys rules. You aren't manipulating magic. You're channeling predictable science. Method 5. Structural leverage. High-rise apartments aren't just traps. They are mechanical assets. Shelving, furniture, debris, even office cubicle walls. They can stabilize zones, block drafts, or redirect airflow. Convection is a thief. Channel it, trap it, or break it. You're not hoarding gear. You're bending physics in your favor. Method 6. Psychological advantage. Your neighbors are untested variables. Anticipate irrational decisions. Observe mass behaviors. Energy conservation isn't just calories. It's attention, motion, and missteps. Spite beats panic. If the world is chaos, be the system that observes, adapts, and stores advantage. Gear versus understanding. By now, you're noticing the pattern. Gear is a comfort crutch. Trash is a tool. Spite is fuel. Physics is impartial. Heat will leave your body if you ignore the system. Calories will vanish if you waste motion. Water will carry energy away if mismanaged. Everything fails eventually, except the understanding of why. Everything is a lab pause. Look around, everything here is part of the lab. Coffee cups, paper stacks, car upholstery, duct tape remnants, plastic bins. Layer, rotate, contain, redirect. Your surroundings are now functional physics experiments. The grid is down, the city sleeps. You are awake, analyzing, testing, adjusting. Survival isn't heroic, it's engineering. Discard the illusions, think about your favorite prepper items. Your $500 sleeping bag, now landfill. Your life-saving filters, collecting dust. Not because they're useless, but because you relied on objects instead of principles. Heat escapes, energy shifts, systems decay. Laws of physics don't negotiate. You don't need perfect gear. You need comprehension. Day 3, baseline of reality. Here's the cruel joke most ignore. Day 3 is when illusions die. People cling to what they bought, what they imagined. The fantasy of control crashes. You've been measuring heat flux, watching energy paths and adjusting your materials. You're not panicking. You're prototyping. You're a wasteland engineer. Every misstep you observe teaches the next correction. Final mental hack. Remember this. The grid doesn't care. Your neighbors don't care. Even the cold doesn't care. Only your analysis, your interventions, and your ruthless application of basic physics will buy you time. That's survival. Not hope, not prayer, not brand names. Systems, laws, leverage. That's the vocabulary of outlasting everyone. Anticipate failure everywhere. Trash-based science isn't glamorous. It's meticulous. Layer insulation. Rotate energy. Trap airflow. Channel mass. Convert waste into a functional advantage. Watch your environment like a lab experiment. You are not decorating. You are testing, measuring, and iterating. Adaptation isn't optional. It's the only variable that matters. Day 3 isn't a milestone. It's a baseline. The first moment when fantasy ends, reality begins, and only understanding matters. If you've internalized this, you are already ahead of those clinging to brand names and hope. The city is silent. Systems are dead. Physics keeps running. And you're not a victim. You're a calculator. You're an engineer. You're the survivor observing, adjusting, exploiting. Try this thought experiment tonight. Look at what surrounds you. Cardboard, fabric, empty containers, discarded chairs. Ask, how can this conduct reflect or contain energy? The world gives nothing freely, but energy, mass, heat, they obey rules. Learn them. Apply them. Survive by principle. Smash like if you're still measuring. Comment your favorite trash hack, the one that bends physics to your will. And remember, the grid ended. Everyone else panicked. The world failed. You didn't. Keep it that way. Next episode, how to turn high-rise inertia into thermal advantage. Spoiler, it's uglier, colder, and more scientific than you think. Physics doesn't lie. Neither should you.